Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. So I have a new project, no surprise there. Obviously that's why I'm making a new video, but it's basically this one right here. It's gonna be some kind of jellyfish-esque skirt where basically the bottom is like a normal, I don't know if I want to make it like a pencil skirt or maybe like A-line, but we'll figure it out later. And then this top part will be like a kind of like mesh kind of thingy, and then it'll have like these drawstring gathery type of stuff to kind of like cinch it up so it kind of looks like a jellyfish basically. In this design I'm gonna basically collaborate with somebody else. Her name is Raii from By Hazy Moon, and we're basically making like a set of like patterns with the same kind of like jellyfish theme. So I've actually been wanting to work on this for like a bajillion years, but since my yarn was shipping from overseas, I didn't get it until now, but it finally came. It's basically just white yarn, very simple, nothing to really rave about. There's nothing, I guess, like particular interesting about the texture or whatever, just white yarn. But yeah, that's kind of the plan.
As you've seen, I've been struggling quite a lot with this skirt, not really knowing what direction to take. So to give myself a breather and explore options, I thought learning something new might help, and that's where Skillshare came in. Skillshare has a variety of classes taught by world-class creatives and topics such as art and illustration, productivity, and marketing and business. The platform is designed to help you build creativity in your life by learning directly from these individuals. I ended up taking a class on how to make a miniature crochet flower pendant by Hana Crochet Design, something I've never done before. I love how the class is broken down into different sections, explaining everything from tools, stitches, to how to make the flowers themselves. Something I found very valuable was being able to receive direct feedback from the teachers through discussion posts, or being able to download the pattern if you'd like to follow along with written instructions. Anyway, I was able to make this really pretty keychain out of the flower pendant, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So if you've been wanting to brush up or learn a new skill, maybe this is your sign to join today. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. Okay, so it's been some time, quite some time actually, since I last updated. I did show a little clip of me re-dyeing the skirt, the inner part, using tea instead of coffee because the coffee one really didn't work. But I would say it turned out pretty good. So as you can see, the color is obviously very different now. Before it was a negligible difference, like you could barely tell, but now you can tell. And I'm quite surprised that tea worked better. I mean, I used a bunch of random teas that were like basically left over, and I kind of collected them. I basically collected them and then dried them and then brewed hot tea again and let it steep for a bit and then let this leave inside for like overnight, and it worked. So I am happy about that, so I don't have to worry about using store-bought dye and then like, oh, what if it bleeds onto the white, blah blah blah. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, I haven't actually touched this skirt in quite some time. I would say probably like 4 months or something. This is me getting back to it after so many freaking months. But yeah, looks like this. Doesn't look like much yet, but I connected the top, the two layers together, so the top looks like this. And I also did a side lace up thing over here. So yeah, but yeah, I just need to do the bottom frills, and then I'm gonna do the ruching, like this outer skirt. I made it longer on purpose so that when I pull it up, it's gonna be a bit shorter than the inner one. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about when I actually do it. But that's a little update for you guys before I show the final, I guess, like finished product, basically, because I just have the bottom little frilly things to do, and then I'm gonna do a bit of fixing here and there, as well as like the ties over here, and yeah, that's basically it. But I finally came back to this after like a good, I would say like a good few months. Like it's been a hot second, but yeah. Okay, so I've been working on this for a little bit, as you can see with this gradient and stuff. And the entire, I guess, like concept of the skirt, I don't know if I ever explained it, but this outer skirt is going to be slightly longer, but I think about this much. I think I'm going to make it like this much longer. Ideally, I would have liked to make it 2 times as long, but obviously I don't have enough yarn. So we're just going to make it this much longer on the outside, and then what I'm going to do is use the drawstrings to kind of cinch it up so that eventually only a little part of this, like this much, you can see from the inner skirt. And that's why the inner skirt, I did this cute little scallop design. You can't see it too well, but yeah, it looks like that. So yeah, I think that's the plan. So I'm just gonna continue working on this part right here all the way down until here, and then I'll do the little scallops. And if I don't have enough black yarn to do the drawstrings, it's okay, because I think I have some black yarn in my stash that I can just use for the drawstrings. And then for this top waistband part, again, I think I already showed you, but I saved a little bit of this like tan-ish color, beige color. So I'm just gonna make like a really short waistband like this long, because I don't want this to be high-waisted. I would prefer if this was like a bit more low. And then the slit right here, which I kept so that it would be easier to take on and off. I'm going to basically bond these together, but anyway, that's kind of over explanation. But in any case, I'm gonna continue working on this section right here until here, basically. That's kind of the plan that I have right now. It's really pretty. I really like the way that it looks right now. I recognize that I haven't really updated like while I was making this, but it's okay. I'm showing you all right now. You can see that the gradient isn't perfect, because you can see like these little like, you can even tell like when I started and stopped the rows kind of like this, but it doesn't really matter because a lot of this is going to be kind of scrunched up anyway, and I think it looks pretty regardless of all of that. You can kind of tell here that the brown is very similar to this black, so this is a very nice gradient. Like if they went like super great, like instead of going from beige to like this burnt orange, if they went something more in between, it would be better, but it doesn't matter. Just small things that don't really change anything, or that much, I would say. But yeah, I didn't really update. I feel like I should have filmed like every single color change, because that would have been cool to see, but I mean, you can kind of see the color changes anyway, so there's also that. I just ended off on this last row. I have this much yarn left, so I don't actually know if I have enough to do another round, but I might try because, well, no, actually, I think I might keep this so that I can make the ties. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this. So this is how long the skirt is gonna be. Like I said, I wanted it to be twice as long as the inner skirt, but I don't have enough yarn and I can't buy anymore because of the tariffs, because I bought this yarn from AliExpress, so yeah. Okay, and then one more thing, I actually have to change the design of the inner skirt a little bit. Okay, so I haven't updated in incredibly long, so I'll just kind of give you guys a recap, because even if I had filmed everything, I think it would have been way too much content to kind of put into a video, unless this was gonna be like, I don't know, like an hour long. But in any case, the design for the inner skirt changed a lot. I actually frogged a lot of it off, and as you can see I have these frills on the very bottom, and I also attached what I like to call jellyfish frills on the very end. So it's made a little bit differently, so it looks like a little spiral instead of like ruffles on the bottom over here. So it looks like that. When you twist them, they become more jellyfish-like. So if you just twist it like this and you hold it up, it kind of makes that really beautiful spiral. I also went ahead and made drawstrings on the inner skirt where I might want to cinch it up. So I have it on the sides right here, not all the way up. I just put a little bit right here, and then I also have the two sides because while I was trying it on, I thought it was really cute, the way that it looked kind of like cinched up. And then just folding this up, oh my gosh, I spent so long trying to figure out what kind of like hem I want to do with this. I literally spent an entire night doing this instead of like working on a paper, and honestly it's fine because the ending is good. But if you hold up the skirt like this, it looks like a jellyfish, and that's kind of what I was going for. So I'm really proud, even though it took me 5 bajillion years, and also made me really tired because I had to work on my essay. But anyway, I have just marked the outside of the skirt, and as you can see, I have it marked on both sides, and then I have it marked in the very front like this, kind of like split in thirds. Well, not kind of, it is split in thirds. And then I also have it marked on the opposite side. And I had already made a bundle of drawstrings, so it's literally just a black chain. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lace it up like this, up to maybe like this point right here, and then I'm gonna lace it down, and when you pull it, it will actually get scrunched up. Did you put it all the way down? Pumpkin, is it all the way down there? Oh, it is. I kind of like to take a little bit of time at the end of each video to kind of discuss the process of making the project. In general, it was really chaotic, but honestly not in a bad way. I feel like a lot of my projects, I feel really lucky to not have to like frog or like redo things too much. Like I only have to frog like a few times. A lot of the times I just make a second prototype, and the second prototype is typically actually what I mostly show like on Instagram and stuff.
But yeah, this time I made a lot of changes. I redid the inner skirt a few times. I redid the hem of the inner skirt like 10 times. And then the outer skirt, I think I redid like 3 times. And so it really required a lot of frogging and a lot of thinking, because I really wanted this project to look like a jellyfish. And it did not look like a jellyfish the first time I made it in that white and tea colored skirt, because the outer part was like way too tight, and honestly I don't even look good in silhouettes like that, and I really wanted to make something that was more flowy, so I had to like kind of go back to the drawing board and stuff. And so I ended up making the inner skirt more fluffy on the bottom to resemble the bottom of a jellyfish, as well as adding in, like just sewing in jellyfish frills on both sides. And then for the outer skirt, I ended up changing the yarn color from white to an ombre, and I used up all that ombre yarn to make these like ruchings, like these really dramatic ruchings that are kind of like U-shaped. But I ended up not really liking that for at least my project, and I felt that it would be better if I just made just a normal skirt that flows down with scallops on the bottom, because I did really want to create like little U shapes on the bottom to kind of like represent the puffiness, like the balloon shaped bottom of jellyfish. To be honest, I rage quit a lot of times, and that's why it took me so long to like finish this project, like in general. Like I would literally just quit for like a few months, and then I would go back to it, and then I would just quit for another few months. So that's why it took me from September to July to actually finish it. But after all of that, you know, it turned out pretty good. I think it looks really cute. And I do really like the jellyfish frills, even though when I wore it, my dad was like, what the heck are you wearing? But I told him it's fashion, and he was like, okay, because he knows I enjoy it and that I just wear whatever, even if it might look ugly to other people, I don't care. All to say though, that I think everything went fine in general. Like I said, a little bit chaotic, a lot of changes, but at the end I'm really happy with how the project turned out, so I can't be angry about that, and I'm like actually really happy about that. So I will see you all in the next one.